now time to hoist the national flag along with the school flag and house flags of Visakha Vidyalaya. We now behold our Madam Principal, Mrs. Manomi Senamiratna, hoisting the national flag. The Deputy Principal in charge of administration, Mrs. Dulani Priyadarshini, hoisting the school flag, and the Deputy Principal in charge of co-curricular activities, Ms. Jeevana Aryaratna, hoisting the flag.
මාතෘභූමියට තිලෙන කළ අභිමානවත් විසාකා විදුමාතාවට කෘතගුණ ප්‍රණාමය පුද කිරීමට පාසල් ගියත්
Now, Satmi Vijayatilaka, together with her deputies, Sinana Vikramsingha and Pavasari Hansana, carry the lamps to the respective house captains. Now, we witness the captain of Dawes House, Turushka Hettigama, followed by her deputies, Banuri Manolya and Ayame Edil Singha, lighting the lamp from the game's captain. Now, the captain of Dyer's House, Sandini Arandara, together with her deputies, Madara Jayatilaka and Venuti Jayasingha, lighting the lamps from the captain of Dawes House. Captain of Jayatilaka House, Harushi Erandana, lighting the lamps from the captain of Dyer's House. The deputy house captains of Jayatilaka House are Jitya Madavatta and Metni Alavatagoda. Now we witness the captain of Motwani House, Vidya Alugama, followed by her deputies, Chayesha Mohotiarachi and Siluni Kurukula Surya, lighting the lamps from the captain of the Jayatilaka House. Now, the captain of Pulimun House, Asha Hetarachi, followed by her deputies, Viruki Amara Kamadi and Jayati Vikamarachi, lighting the lamps from the captain of Motwani House. And finally, the captain of Veerasurya House, Devmini Varnasurya, lighting the lamps from the captain of Pulimud House. The deputy house captains of Veerasurya House are Geesandi Vikramarachi and Himara Ratnayaka. Now we witness the game's captain and her deputies, the house captains and their deputies, lighting the Olympic lamp together.
ක්‍රීඩාවේ විනය හා සාමූහික බව ආරක්ෂා කරගන්නා බවට වන ක්‍රීඩා ප්‍රතිඥාව ලබා දීමටයි මේ අවස්ථාව ලැබෙන්නේ.
ශ්‍රී ලංකා ධරණී තලයේ විශිෂ්ටයන් බිහි කළ කොළඹ විසාකා විද්‍යාලීය ක්‍රීඩිකාවන් වන අප අද දින ඩෝස්, ඩයස්, ජයතිලක, මොට්වානි, පුලිමුඩ්, වීරසූරිය ලෙස නිවාස 6කට බෙදී ක්‍රීඩාවේ උත්තරීතර ගුණාංග ආරක්ෂා කරමින් ක්‍රීඩා කරන බවටත් ජය පරාජය නිසි ලෙස භුක්ති විඳිමින් විදුමෑණියන්ගේ ගෞරවය සුරැකෙන පරිදි කටයුතු කරන බවටත් ගෞරව බහුමානයෙන් යුතුව දිවුරා පොරොන්දු වෙමු.
2023 වර්ෂයේ වාර්ෂික ක්‍රීඩා උත්සවය නිල වශයෙන් ආරම්භ කිරීම සඳහා වන නිල ප්‍රකාශය කියවීමට මේ ගෞරවනීය ආරාධනය විද්‍යාලයේ ගරු විදුහල්පතිතුමිය මනෝමි සෙනවිරත්න මැතිණියටයි. ක්‍රීඩා උපනායිකා පබසාරි හංසනා විසින් නිල ප්‍රකාශය එතුමිය වෙත ලබා දෙනවා ඇති.
ආරම්භක ප්‍රකාශය කොළඹ විශාඛා විද්‍යාලයීය නිවාසාන්තර ක්‍රීඩා උත්සවය වර්ෂ 2023 වූ වෙසක් මස 19 වන දින බම්බලපිටිය පොලිස් ක්‍රීඩාංගණයේදී අති උත්කර්ෂවත් අයුරින් ආරම්භ වන වගයි.
ස්තුති විදුහල්පති මෑණියනි.
To add more splendor, magnificence to this special occasion, it's time to release balloons to the sky. To do so, we invite our Madam Principal, deputy principals, and the teachers in charge of the respective house. Dose House, Mrs. Malini Ratnayaka and Ms. Meena Ranjani. Dias House, Mrs. Utpala Dasanayaka and Mrs. Kusala Dharmasekara. Jaitilaka House, Mrs. Chamarika Handungoda and Mrs. Anusha Vijayamali. Motwani House, Mrs. Subodha Vijay Singha and Mrs. Jayatri Surya Rachi. Pulimud House, Mrs. Rajika Piris and Mrs. Madhuka Khandanage, and Veerasurya House, Mrs. Madhubashini Iddamalgoda and Mrs. Padma Priyadari.
අන්තර්නිවාසීය ක්‍රීඩා උත්සවය සාමයෙන් සහ ජීවනයෙන් පවත්වාගෙන යාම සංකේතවත් කරමින් සුදු පරවයන් නිදහස් කිරීමේ අවස්ථාවටයි
The Prefect of Games, Mrs. Yamuna Dahanayaka, the Games Captain, Satmi Vijayatilaka, and the Deputy Games Captains, Sinali Vikramasinghe and Pabasari Hansana.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I please have your attention? We now witness the arrival of our chief guest, Major General Retired G.A. Chandrasiri, RWP, VSP, VSV, NDC, PSC, and our guest of honor for the evening, Ms. Madhavi and Gunavardhana.
ක්‍රීඩා උත්සවයේ ප්‍රධාන ආරාධිත අමුත්තා වන විශ්‍රාමික මේජර් ජෙනරාල් ජී.ඒ. චන්ද්‍රසිරි මැතිණියන් සහ ගෞරවනීය ආරාධිත අමුත්තා වන අප විද්‍යාලයේ කීර්තිමත් ආදි ශිෂ්‍යා මාධවී ගුණවර්ධන මැතිණිය අපගේ 2023 ක්‍රීඩා උත්සවය වෙනුවෙන් පිළිගැනීමට විද්‍යාලයේ ගරු විදුහල්පතිතුමිය මනෝමි සෙනවිරත්න මැතිණිය ක්‍රීඩා හා විශේෂ සමගාමී ක්‍රියාකාරකම් පිළිබඳ ගරු නියෝජ්‍ය විදුහල්පතිතුමිය ජීවනා ආර්යරත්න මැතිණිය අධ්‍යාපන පරිපාලන කටයුතු භාර ගරු නියෝජ්‍ය විදුහල්පතිතුමිය දුලානි ප්‍රියදර්ශනී මැතිණිය ප්‍රාථමික අංශයේ භාර ගරු නියෝජ්‍ය විදුහල්පතිතුමිය ප්‍රසාදිනී රත්නසිරි මැතිණිය අධ්‍යාපන සංවර්ධන කටයුතු භාර සහකාර විදුහල්පතිතුමිය නිශාන්තිකා වෙල්ලප්පුලි මැතිණිය සහකාර විදුහල්පතිතුමිය චන්ද්‍රිකා රත්නායක මැතිණිය සහකාර විදුහල්පතිතුමිය චමරි ගුණසේකර මැතිණිය अंश प्रधान ශ්‍රේණි ප්‍රධාන ගුරු මහත්මීන් ක්‍රීඩා පරිපාලක පුෂ්ප කුමාරී අබේසිංහ ගුරුමෑණියන් සුනිලා දිසානායක ගුරුමෑණියන් හර්ෂා පෙරේරා ගුරුමෑණියන් චාරුණී නීමාන්තිකා ගුරුමෑණියන් අශ්විනී වැලිකල ගුරුමෑණියන් ගංගා උස්වත්ත ගුරුමෑණියන් හර්ෂා ගයන්ති ගුරුමෑණියන් සමගින් ක්‍රීඩා පුහුණුකාරිණී චතුරි සබරමාදු මෙනවිය එක් වුණා. එමෙන්ම ඒ සමගින් විද්‍යාලයේ වත්මන් ක්‍රීඩා නායිකා සත්මී විජේතිලක ඇතුළු ක්‍රීඩා උපනායිකාවන් වන සිනලි වික්‍රමසිංහ සහ පබසාරි හංසනා යන ක්‍රීඩිකාවන් දෙදෙනාද එක් වුණා. ප්‍රධාන ශිෂ්‍ය ශාරීරික අධ්‍යාපන විෂය භාර ගුරු මහත්මීන් ඇතුළු සියලුම දෙනා විසින් එලෙසින් ආරම්භ වූයේ ශිෂ්‍ය නායිකාවන්ගේ තරගයයි. ශිෂ්‍ය නායිකාවන්ගේ තරගය එලෙසින් නිමවට පත් වුණා.
Running with enthusiasm is the all girls of Visakha Vidyalaya.
එසේ තරඟ වඳින ඔවුන්ට ඔවුන්ගේ පාසල් කාලයේ සිහිවෙනවා නොඅනුමානයි.
Schools. All the participants. The invited school relay is now in progress.
මෙලෙසින් නිමා වූයේ විද්‍යාලීය අනධ්‍යයනකාර මණ්ඩලයේ තරගයයි.
ඊළඟට වයස අවුරුදු 12න් පහළ මීටර් 54 තරගයේද අවුරුදු
The under 18 4 into 100 meter relay is now in progress.
තරගයේ අවසානයේදී මේ පැමිණෙන්නේ.
The teachers' race is now in progress.
මේ අවස්ථාවේ ගුරු මහත්ම මහත්මිය ඊටම ඕනෑකමෙන් තරගවදින අයුරු අපට දිස්වෙනවා. නිවාසාන්තර ක්‍රීඩා උත්සවයේ ඊටම උද්වේගකර තරගාංගය මේ කිව්වොත් මම හිතනවා ඔබ මහා එකග වෙනවා. පන්තිකාමරයේ ඉගෙනුම් ඉගෙනුම් කාර්යයන් මොහොතකට මිදුණු අපේ ආදරණීය ගුරු මෑණිවරු පියවරුන්ගේ ක්‍රීඩා හපත්කම් දැන් අප ඉදිරියේ දිස්වනවා. ඉතාම උද්වේගකරව තරණය පැවැත්වෙන බව අපට දිස්වෙනවා. ඉතාම ප්‍රීතිමත් තරගයක අවසානයයි අපි ඒ දුටුවේ. සෙනා ගමන් කරනවා ඇති.
අධ්‍යාපනයෙන් ජය කෙහෙලි දැන්වීමට පමණක් නොව ක්‍රීඩාවෙන්ද දෙස් විදෙස් ජයග්‍රහණ අත්පත් කර ගැනීමට සමත් විසාකාවන් දැයට බිහි කිරීමට දිවා රෑ වෙහෙසෙන විසාකා විද්‍යාලයේ නියමුවරිය ඇයයි. මේ සියලු කටයුතු සිදු කිරීමට අප පිටුපස සිටින යෝධ සෙවණැල්ල ඇයයි. අන්තර්නිවාසීය ක්‍රීඩා උත්සවයේ පිළිගැනීමේ කතාව සඳහා මේ ගෞරවනීය ආරාධනය විද්‍යාලයේ අභිමානනීය නායකත්වය ගරු විදුහල්පතිතුමිය මනෝමිස්සෙන් නිවරත්න මැතිණියනි ඔබතුමියටයි.
Distinguished Chief Guest, Major General G.A. Chandrasiri, Guest of Honor Mrs. Madhavi Gunawardana, special invitees of the Ministry of Education and the Zonal Education Office, invited schools principals, past and present deputy principals, past and present assistant principals, past and present teachers, members of the school development committee, members of the OGA, dear parents and my dear students. Good evening. I extend a warm welcome to all of you present here to the annual Inter-House Sports Meet 2023 of Visakha Vidyalaya. On behalf of the organizing committee, I warmly welcome General G.A. Chandrasiri and thank him for accepting the invitation to be our chief guest this evening despite his busy schedule. General Chandrasiri himself is a keen sportsman and a proud product of St. Mary's College, Chilao, and Maristella College, Negombo. He went on to captain the Sri Lanka school soccer team in 1973 and subsequently represented Sri Lanka Army in soccer and rugby. During his illustrious military career, he has been the Chief of Staff of the Sri Lanka Army. General Chandrasiri served as the competent authority of the Northern Province and was the governor of the Northern Province. Presently, General Chandrasiri is the chairman of Airport and Aviation Services. Once again, we thank you for your gracious presence and adding glamour to the event. Our guest of honor, Mrs. Madhavi Gunawardana, is a distinguished Visakhian who excelled in the field of sports, having won the school's colors in hockey, representing Visakha Vidyalaya. She captained the All-Island Championship winning team. Mrs. Madhavi Gunawardana was a member of the junior national hockey team in 1996 and represented University of Moratuwa in hockey. Mrs. Madhavi Gunawardana was the former Commissioner of Labour and former Director Administration and Corporate Affairs of the Telecommunication. Ms. Madhavi Gunawardana is currently serving for the Country Office for Sri Lanka and Maldives as the National Research and Partnership Officer. Mrs. Gunawardana, your presence here today inspired the young Visakhian, and we are extremely thankful you are devoting your precious time to be with us today. Next, I should admire the games captain, deputy games captain, all the house captains, deputy house captains, and all the participants and their parents for their unwavering commitment. The drill display and band display, the squads have become amazing, pleasant activities today. So I greatly admire all the individuals behind this beautiful site. In the contemporary competitive context, so many rely only on academics and often fail to recognize the importance of sports. Extracurricular activities and sports teach students many valuable life lessons such as discipline, focus, dedication, hard work, commitment, and teamwork. So it is our responsibility as adults to value sportsmanship of all students, to take action and help them to accept victory or defeat in the same spirit. Sports also play a very important role in having stable and healthy mental health. Mental health should not be taken lightly. In order to have a holistic and healthy life, students should also take care of their mental health. It plays a great role in keeping them happy and focused. By physically playing various kinds of sports, people will also realize that they can focus and concentrate better in class. I am delighted to express my sincere appreciation to Ms. Jeevana Aryaratna, the Deputy Principal, Co-Curricular Activity, all the other Deputy Principals and Assistant Principals for their committed service. Next, I would like to admire the unstinted support rendered by all the house mistresses, teachers, physical education teachers, and POG, Mrs. Yamuna Dahanayaka. Thank you for accomplishing a wonderful mission. While congratulating all those who bagged the accolades, let me remind you a famous saying. ජයග්‍රාහකයෝ කිසිදා අතහරින්නේ නැත. අතහරින්නෝ කිසිදා දිනන්නේ නැත. සියලු දෙනාටම සුබ සන්ධ්‍යාවක් සූතියි.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to the chief guest of the event, Major General Retired G.A. Chandrasiri, RWP, USP, VSV, NDC, PSC. This veteran war hero has had an illustrious military career spanning well over 3 decades. He has served our motherland with utmost devotion and dedication as the former Chief of Staff of Sri Lanka Army and the competent authority of the Northern Province. Subsequent to his retirement, he has rendered his yeoman service for the development of the Northern Province as the Governor of the Northern Province. He is also the current Chairman of Airport and Aviation Services, Sri Lanka Private Limited. Dear sir, we respectfully invite you to address the gathering.
Principal of Visakha Vidyalaya, Mrs. Manomi Seniviratna. Our guest of honor, Mrs. Madhavi Kurusekara, Kuruvadina, the deputy principals, assistant principals, members of the academic and administrative staff, members of the All Girls Association of Visakha Vidyalaya, other distinguished invitees and guests, parents, and dear children. Good evening to every one of you. It gives me great pleasure to address you as the chief guest at the sports meet of the premier girls' schools in this island. My pleasure is multiplied many folds when I recall that I have been invited to grace this occasion on the National War Heroes Day, or the Victory Day, when the nation is paying tribute to the war heroes who laid down their lives to free the country from grips of separate terrorism. As an ex-military officer who actively served in the battlefield, I recall with gratitude the brave men whom we led, who lost their lives and limb for the well-being of their fellow countrymen. I thank the principal of Visakha Vidyalaya, Ms. Manomi Seniviratna, for the honor bestowed by inviting me to this occasion on this particular day. Dear children, little needs to be said about the importance of extracurricular activities in the life of students, sports in particular. It will help you maintain good physical fitness, which will in turn help you to withstand the stresses imposed by the strenuous academic programs. In addition, it will also give you many qualities such as leadership, teamwork, commitment, and discipline, which would not only be an asset to you in your academic work, but would also equip you to cope with challenges that you are bound to face throughout your life. During my school-going age, I was a devoted sportsman. My favorite game was soccer. I played soccer for my school and later was selected to the national school soccer team. And I also ended up as a captain of the national school soccer team, which was the highest a schoolboy school player could aspire for during that time. I also played for the Army soccer team, and I was the secretary of the Army soccer team and subsequently became the chairman of the Army sports soccer. While playing for the school team and the national soccer team, I acquired many qualities that later helped me immensely in a lifetime career in the Sri Lanka Army, where I rose up to the rank of Major General. Thereafter, served as the governor of the Northern Province, and now serving as the chairman of the state-owned company, Airport and Aviation Services Sri Lanka Limited. So today, I thought of speaking to children about the leadership, commitment and discipline. I'll share with you some of my life experiences and memories to illustrate how leadership, discipline and commitment would benefit an individual. I'm sharing this with you, children, with the hope of inspiring you and motivating you towards sports and recreational activity. In 1973, under my captaincy, the National School Soccer team was scheduled to play against the team from Free Berlin University, a very popular university in Germany then and even now. They were a highly acclaimed team with many victories scored at international level and the international university level especially. All players had large build compared to us, well-built people. They had momentum and speed acquired through long hours of training at better facilities. For most Sri Lankans, the spectators who came here to watch the match was going to be an exhibition match, where an overseas team would beat the daylight out of this local team, the young fellows. Nobody expected us to win. But we thought otherwise. Our team always believed in playing a good game irrespective of whether we win or lose. Playing by the rules of the game and playing well were more important to us than winning. So we were determined to give our visitors the best possible fight. Children, the game was tough, but we played well. In the end, to the surprise of many, we won the match 2-1. We felt jubilant. That match was played in the same ground here 50 years ago at Bambalapitiya Police Grounds. I have always had a great admiration for school children engaged in sports and karate. Nowadays, many children do not take part in any extracurricular activities, let alone sports, due to difficulties managing time devoted to study, in preparation for competitive examinations. But there are exceptional children who are able to balance their academic programs with sports and other extracurricular activities. Such children often outperform those who devote their full time to studies and also turn out to be more successful in their careers. This brings to my mind another experience which involved children, leadership, and commitment. The year was 2007, and I was in Jaffna serving as the Northern Command. None of the children were even born at that time. But the parents and teachers would remember this period that marked the highest of civil war. One day, when I was the commander there, a group of students and teachers from Telipale Mahajana College, one of the schools, mixed schools in Jaffna, a leading mixed school in the northern province, made an appointment to meet me. They had a problem. Their school team was scheduled to take part in the National School Gymnastic Tournament in Colombo. They had a good team who had practiced with great commitment. They had a good team who had practiced with commitment, and all over northern province, battles were raging. And sports should have been the last thing in the mind of most of the school children there. Yet, this particular team was determined to take part in the tournament. But they had no way of traveling to Colombo for the tournament. This is why they sought my help. We as the senior army officers, we got together, we gave all the support to those children to come to Colombo. We gave them accommodation there. We looked after them. As a sportsman myself, I was impressed with their commitment and immediately empathized with them. I promised them that their team will take part at the tournament and asked them to continue practicing. Thereafter, I used my good office, and they took part in the tournament in Colombo. They became runners-up and carried the trophy by sea back to the school children. At that time, only mode of transport was by sea. Subsequently, while I was serving as the governor of the northern province, I was invited to the prize giving of that same school. They welcomed me with trophy they had won in hand. I was so happy about their achievements. It was good leadership and commitment that brought them victory on that day. Apart from leadership and commitment, another important quality that sports would inculcate in you is discipline. When one talks about disciplined children, what immediately comes to the mind of many is a situation where individual freedom is restricted and curtailed. Generally, no one likes to be controlled by somebody else. But discipline does not mean being controlled by someone else. Discipline is mainly about self-control, where you limit your own freedom to act at your will for the benefit of a team, an organization, or the entire society at large. When several individuals work towards a single goal or objective, Only then could they reach their desired goal. When there's no orderliness or harmony in their action, indiscipline would result and they would get nowhere. To observe and experience indiscipline, one only needs to step outside and take a look at the roads. Our roads are full of motor traffic during busy hours. Impatience is abundant. Horns toot irritably. And tempers rage. But these do not benefit anybody, children. And vehicles float at snail's speed. Thousands of man-hours are lost, and the environment is polluted. But if we carefully think about it, everyone on the road has the same goal. These to get their destination. Yet there's a lack of mutual respect. Nobody has regard for the road rules, and pandemonium results. When you take part in sports, you learn how to obey command of your captain. You learn to respect the rules of the game. You learn to respect the decision of umpires and referees. You learn that you cannot win all the time, and learn to endure defeat without malice or hatred. All this inculcates discipline in you. You become a disciplined and orderly citizen. You learn to set an example to the undisciplined. They in turn become disciplined. The society becomes more productive and the nation develops. Dear children, I would like to congratulate all the young sportsmen who took to tracks at the field today. Some of you emerged victorious and others became determined to do better next time. I encourage all the children to take part in some form of sports. The benefit could be immense. I also would like to take this opportunity to congratulate the Visakha band and also the drill groups who have done very well. Excellent band. And also the other children who participate in this dancing performance. It was a job well done. Once again, finally, I'd like to thank Visakha Vidyalaya for inviting me to the chief guest at this event. I'm also proud to add that one of my own daughters, who is now a responsible, energetic, and colorful person with character, is a proud product of Visakha Vidyalaya. With that, let me wish you school all the very best in all your future endeavors. Thank you and best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. In order to deliver the vote of thanks, I cordially invite the Games Captain of Visakha Vidyalaya for the year 2023, Satmi Vijay Tilaka, to the podium.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is my honor to stand here today as the Games Captain of Visakha Vidyalaya for the years 2023-2024 to deliver the vote of thanks at our annual inter-house sports meet for the year 2023. On behalf of my alma mater, I would like to express my sincere thanks, gratitude and appreciation to all those phenomenal personalities who helped make our annual sports meet a grand success. It's with great honor we appreciate our chief guest, retired Major General G.S. Chandrasiri, for taking the time to grace us with your presence. The insights and experiences you have shared with us added great value to this event and brought much inspiration and motivation to all of us. A note of heartfelt gratitude is extended to our guest of honor, Research and Partnership Officer for International Organization of Migration, Ms. Madhavi Gunawardena, for being with us today. It was indeed our greatest honor to have had the privilege of hosting you this evening. The planning and hosting of an event of this scale and grandeur indeed requires strong leadership and guidance. Therein, it is in my absolute pleasure to thank and honor the unwavering commitment and guidance given by our dear Madam Principal, Ms. Manomi Senaviratna. Thank you, Madam, for being with us today and being the pillar of our success. She was proficiently assisted by our deputy principals, Ms. Jeevana Arya Ratna, Ms. Dulani Priyadarshini, Ms. Prasadini Ratnasiri, Ms. Nisantika Vellapuli, our assistant principals, Ms. Chandrika Priyadarshini and Ms. Chamari Gunasekara. Thank you all for your wholehearted devotion and enthusiasm in bringing this event into light. I'd like to pay a special thanks and heartfelt appreciation to our Prefect of Games, Ms. Yamuna Dahanayaka, for her unfaltering dedication and perseverance in planning and executing this event flawlessly. Thank you to the physical education trainers, Ms. A.M. Pushpakumari, Ms. Sunila Disanayaka, Ms. Harsha Pereira, Ms. Charuni Nimantika, Ms. Ashini Valikala, Ms. Ganga Uswatta, Ms. S.H. Harsha Gayanti, and Coach Chaturi Sapramadu for constant support and motivation, which without this event would not have been possible. We are appreciative towards our teachers in charge of individual sports and games, house in charge teachers, sectional and grade in charge teachers, class teachers, and all our loving teachers for all the responsibilities and sacrifices you undertook throughout the entire sports meet. I'd like to pay a special thanks and respect to the teachers in charge of the Senior and Junior Prefects Guild. Thank you for your unwavering support and guidance. Furthermore, on behalf of the entire school, I'd like to extend my heartiest thanks and gratitude to all the coaches, instructors, and judges who continuously supported us in organizing and successfully executing this event. A big thank you to the Eastern Band, the Western Band, the Girl Guides, the Broadcasting Unit, and the Cadet Platoon of Visakha Vidyalaya for displaying your magnificent talent and adding glamour to this occasion. I must thank the Old Girls Association and the School Development Society for their unstinted support and the assistance provided. I would like to thank the doctors who were present for looking over the well-being and the fitness of our athletes throughout the events. Moreover, I'd like to pay our utmost thanks and appreciation to all the guests and invitees in attendance at the event this evening. Your presence is much appreciated. Let me make this an opportunity to extend my heartiest thanks to our non-academic staff for their continued support and effort. A very special thanks to my Deputy Games Captains, Sinali Vikramasinghe and Pabasari Hansana, for always being by my side. Thank you, girls. I couldn't have asked for a better pair. To our house captains, deputy house captains, all senior and junior prefects, I am most grateful to you for all your contributions and sacrifices made during the past few weeks to help make this event the success it is today. I know the extra mile you all went through to bring your house squads, drills, team events, and your overall house to where it is today. I'm sure all those experiences will make you strong young ladies in the future. Finally, as I conclude a vote of thanks for the evening, on behalf of the entire school, I'd like to pay a special thank you to our dear parents for the support rendered to us. Your constant support and commitment brought our true colors into light and made our dreams a reality. Without you, I truly believe none of us would be standing here today. Lastly, I'd like to extend a final thank you to all our students for the extraordinary sports skills, discipline, and true spirit of sportsmanship demonstrated throughout the series of sports and games leading up to this evening. Let me thank you all again for coming today to share our moments, our happiness, and our victories. Thank you for being a part of a very successful sports meet for the year 2023. Let us meet again next year with more excitement, more enthusiasm, and colors. Thank you. Have a pleasant evening.
Thank you, Satmi. Everyone has the will to win, but only a few have the will to prepare to win. Champions never quit. If they stumble, they get back up. They get back on track and they move closer to their dreams and goals. It's time to distribute the awards for the champions of our sports meet. Now, to distribute the awards, I cordially invite our Madam Principal, Mrs. Mano Misaniviratna, who will be assisted by the Prefect of Games, Mrs. Yamuna Dahanai. Prefect's race. In third place, Anargi Pereira. In second place, Vinuri Daratna. First place, Sadme Vijay Tilaka. All girls race. Third place, team of Miss Sarda. Second place, team of Miss Tirandi. First place, team of Miss Kavindi. Mother's race. Third place goes to Mrs. Rasika Tilangani. Second place goes to Mrs. Sewande Ganganatha. First place goes to Mrs. Ayesha Udyangani. Father's race. Third place goes to Mr. Manjula Sudharma Priya. Second place goes to Mr. D.H. Pradeep. First place goes to Mr. Prasanna Sanjeeva. Teacher's race. Third place goes to Mr. Gamagedara and his team. Second place goes to Mr. Dushmanta and his team. First place goes to Mr. Aruna and his team. Non-academic race. Third place goes to Mr. D.H. Pradeep. Second place goes to Mr. Tushara Chandana. First place goes to Mr. Manjula Sudharma Priya. Thank you, Madam. Next, to distribute the awards for Track and Field Championships, Track Championship, Under 12, Ranudhi Kasundiwa Gampaya from Jayadilaka House.
Under 18, Rusati Damanayaka from Mopani House. Under 20, there are two champions for this category. Sinali Kurukula Surya from Motwani House and Ranati Kulavancha Fonseca from Jayadilaka House. Field Championship. Under 12, there are two champions for this category. Janati Kodikara from Jayadilaka House and Sayuni Dulma from Dost House. Under 14, Dilki Devini Karunaratna from Pulavan House. Under 16, Kiriki Kulasingha from Vidyalaya House. Under 18, Nelly Tenacon from Vidyalaya House. Under 20, Anuttara Kalwarachi from Vidyalaya House. Thank you, sir. Thank you, miss. Under 20, there are three best players in this category. Silari Kurukula Surya from Motwani House. Anuttara Kalwarachi from Vidyalaya House. And Ramadi Kulavancha Fonseca from Jayadilaka House. Thank you, madam. Thank you, miss. New meet records. Under 14, 80 meters, Nihansa Oshni Mendis of Jayatilaka House earning 11.3 seconds. Under 14, high jump, SAD Parushinetuki Vijay Singh of Dose House earning 1.48 meters. Under 14, shot put, Dilvi Devmini Karunaratna of Puliman House earning 9.11 meters. Under 14, discus throw, Dilvi Devmini Karunaratna of Puliman House earning 24.98 meters. Under 16, 400 meter running, Y. Amanda Devikrama from Pullywood House earning 1.114 seconds. Under 18, triple jump event, Lipumi Pahanya Saputanti from Pullywood House earning 10.14 meters. Under 20, 5,000 meter running race, Devmini Varna Surya of Priya Surya House earning 25.338 meters. Under 20, 100 hurdle race, Ramki Kulavansa Fonseca from Jayatwana House earning 17.6 seconds. Best performances of 2023 sports meet. Under 20, 100 meter running event, Ranuki Kulavansa Fonseca achieving 20.5 seconds. Under 20, 200 meter running race, Ranuki Kulavansa Fonseca earning 28.3 seconds. Under 20, 400 meter running race, Siruni Pulapula Surya earning 1.096 seconds. Under 16, 800 meter running race, BG Dinaki Metmuli Gamage earning 3.023 seconds. Under 20, 1,500 meter running race, Isuri Dialways earning 6.16 seconds. Under 20, 100 meter hurdle race, Ranuki Kulavansa Fonseca earning 17.6 seconds. It's a new meter record. Under 20, 400 meter hurdles, Siluni Kurukula Surya earning 1.237 seconds. Under 14, high jump event, Harushi Letuki Vijay Singh 1.48 meters, which is a new meet record. Under 16 long jump event, Lavanya Subagi Samara Vikrama earning 4.70 meters. Under 18, triple jump, Nikumi Pahanya Saputantri, which is a new meet record of 10.14 meters. Under 14, shot put, Dilki Devuni Karunaratna, which is a new meet record of 9.11 meters. Under 14 distance throw, Dilki Devuni Karunaratna of 24 meters of new meet record. Under 18 javelin throw, Nelly Tennakon of 29.83 meters. Thank you, madam. Thank you, miss.
Our guest of honor today is a proud past pupil of Visakha Vidyalaya who currently works for the International Organization of Migration, Country Office for Sri Lanka and Maldives as the National Research and Partnership Officer. She has been a hockey colour holder of Sri Lanka School and University of Moripur. She was also awarded Sri Lanka University Sports Association Certificate of Honour for Hockey, and she represented the Sri Lanka Under-16 Junior National Team in 1996. We respectfully invite our guest of honour, Mrs. Madhavi N. Gunavardhana, to distribute the award. She will be assisted by the Deputy Principal of Co-Curricular Activities, Ms. Jeevana Arya. Excellence is a gradual result of striving to do better. There is no one way of achieving excellence without you being the best you can be. Rohini Chandrasekhara Best Junior Athlete Award goes to Dilki Devuni Karunaratna of Kolkata House. Rohini Chandrasekhara Best Senior Athlete Award goes to Ramati Puransha Panseka of Jayakirana House. M.N. Edwin Surya Trophy goes to Ramati Puransha Panseka of Jayakirana House. Best Athlete of the Sports Meet, Nikumi Pahanya Saputantri of Kolkata House. most outstanding athlete. Round of applause for Fonseca of Vidyalaya House. Thank you, madam.
Now, to distribute the awards, I respectfully invite Major General Retired G. Chandra, RWP, USP, VSV, LDC, PSC. He will be assisted by the Madam Principal, Mrs. Manoli. Games Shield goes to Doris House. The main championship award goes to Pullivan House. Art is an irreplaceable way of expressing the world. It's high time we announce the ranks and marks awarded to our houses for their creativity. Fifth place goes to Pullywood House. Fourth place goes to Motwani House. Third place goes to Jayatiraka House. Second place goes to Dyer's House. And the first place goes to Dyer's House. Ladies and gentlemen, the time has now arrived to announce the ranks of the house-built displays of our talented Visakhians. The fifth place goes to Motwani House. Fourth place goes to Vidyalaya House. The fourth place goes to Girls House. The second place goes to Jayatiraka House. And the first place goes to Pullywood House.
Today, we witness the sheer strength and determination of our Visakhians as they march to shine the glory of their houses. It's now time to announce the winners of the 6 houses in their excellent display and squad. In 6th place, Dyer's House. In 5th place, Jayatiraka House. In 4th place, Doris House. In 3rd place, Motwani House. In 2nd place, Vidyalaya House. And
they are the thresholds of the most awaited moment of the evening. All the houses have shown massive dedication and have demonstrated a compelling commitment to shine the brightest in the sport meal, may it be in sports, the beer, the card, or the house decorations. You have met many challenges and you have faced them and overcome them with impressive fierceness. There have been many long days and long nights. Memories have been made, strangers have become friends, and friends have become family. No matter what the result sheet may say, we must not forget that success isn't merely about the end result. It's about what we learn along the way. On that thought, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to announce the final results of the annual Inter-House Sports Meet of Visakha Vidyalaya 2023. Sixth place goes to Matwari House, scoring 273 points. Fifth place goes to Dance House, scoring 292 points. Fourth place goes to Visakha House, scoring 267 points. Third place goes to ladies and gentlemen, the champions of the Inter-House Sport Meet of Visakha Vidyalaya 2023 is the second place goes to Vidyalaya House, scoring 465 points. Thank you, sir. Thank you, madam.
දිනවර්ෂයේ අන්තර්විවාසීය ක්‍රීඩා උත්සවයේ සමාප්තිය නිල වශයෙන් ප්‍රකාශ කිරීමට මේ ගෞරවනීය ආරාධනය විද්‍යාලයේ ගරු නිලධාරීවරුන්ව මනෝවිද්‍යාත්මක රත්න පිළිවෙතයි. එතුමියට නිල ප්‍රකාශය පිළිගන්නේ ක්‍රීඩා උපනායිකා සිනලි වික්‍රමසිංහ විසිනි.
Vidyalaya has come to an end. It has been another year of glorious memories worthy of being etched in the history of our alma mater. It has been a day for sportsmanship, teamwork, and celebration. May the good spirit of sport live long in the hearts of all Visakhans. දෙදහස් 23 විසාඛා විද්‍යාලයේ විහාරාන්තර ක්‍රීඩා උත්සවයේ සම්පූර්ණ සම්මාන කරමින් ශ්‍රී ලංකා මාතාවට විසාඛා විද්‍යාලයේ ප්‍රණාමය පුද දක්වනවත් නැගී සිට බලන දේශීය අභිමානය ජාතික ගීතය.